Hello guys, today I would like to show you a two-way radio from the British Army, ex-British Army radio that was retrieved, and this is a PRC-349 model. This was a radio used by team of soldiers to communicate on short distances, so this is not a long-range communication, but a very short. It was worn on chest of the soldier in this a very nice pouch. I tried to carry it for some time, and it's a very nice, very comfortable. The only thing that is not nice is the antenna that is hitting you in the face. So from the chest point it's not nice. I can see that most of them have a band over here, so it looks like the soldier who was carrying it, they were like bending the antenna outwards, so it looks like that was a common problem. So the pouch is very nice, as I said you. It allows you to set the frequency without removing. It has a comfortable pad over here and over here. On that place, I think it was designed for an antenna that was a metal antenna from a segment about 1.2 meter long, but actually I was unable to find it anywhere on the internet, including eBay and all the private websites. And the only mention about that antenna I found in the manual on this radio. So here we've got a flexible whip antenna. That's how it looks like. I think it's about 60 centimeters long. It's screw in. It do not have any connector. There is just one solid piece. There is no sender pin. That's how it looks like. That's the connector. That just looks like a metal screw, maybe a metric one. That's the top of the radio. There is also an interesting thing about the way how this radio was mounted on the chest. So I very like the idea over here. So if you want to quickly release your radio, you just grab over here, you pulling like that, and you are free. You can remove the radio very quickly. And you've got this snap over here, and as you know, this snap can't withstand a lot of tension, so they use a very quickly, very quite interesting way. So you've got a metal element over here, you add the other element, and then you just inserting that piece of canvas. So all the force is on that element, and this is just an add-on. So you've got very quickly release. I very like it. I'm going to remove the radio from the pouch. Here we should have a cover when it's not needed, but as you can see it's broken. We've got a 7-pin Clansman connector that is very commonly about all the Clansman radio equipment. Here you've got the model number. With the couple modifications done already. That's how it looks like from the side. Here you can see the frequency. I'm going to talk about the frequency in a couple of minutes. Everything except the battery, which is made of plastic, is metal, is very solid. you can easily stand on it. Here we can see a rubber gasket. Maybe I will make a tear down video if you would be interested. So first of all, I'm going to show you the headset. This is a very commonly seen headset for the Clansman radios. As I said, it's used on many of other radios from that series. So you basically wear that strap over your head and this on your back head, so you can put your helmet on. It's quite interesting because most of people are going to try put your head over here, and that's not a proper way. This is on your top of your head. You've got your mic, your microphone, which having a noise cancelling, so you've got like two membranes, and if the sound is coming over here, it's going to be cancelled. You've got a connector over here for a gas mask microphone, so we can use this headset with a mask. That's how it looks like. It's also quite comfortable, and to use you need something called a Ptt Switch, which is that device. You cannot plug this directly. I mean, physically you can, but you won't be able to control the PTT. So you need a device like this. This is a Ptt Switch. Very nice big PTT. It's a clip that you can mount on yourself. There is one interesting thing. This is the standard Clansman connector, and you're making a connection by finding the right spot and screwing it like that. And to unplug, you have to unscrew and you're done. But this part from the headset, it's quite similar, but to unplug you just have to pull. So that's quite neat. You don't have to be worried when you just make it stuck somewhere. It will be disengaged, no problem. So just quite interesting. So let's try to connect this. Okay, so maybe let's talk about the frequency. So they came out in lot of frequencies. Everyone have like about 10 megahertz of the range. This one cannot be used because it's out of the ham band frequency. As you can see, I set up the ISM frequency. I was trying to listen if there is any activity, but I was unable to catch anything. I will show you that in a second. So here you've got the antenna model, if you are interested. So let's screw our antenna. So they came in different set of frequency. So they might look the same, but they might have a different frequency. So let's see what's the lowest frequency on that model. So it's 37 megahertz. I'm going set on the kilohertz dial. So this is the lowest possible frequency. The frequency step is at 25 kilohertz, as you can see, but it's a narrow band radio, so it's used at 12.5 FM modulation. So this is a narrow band radio, not a wide band. So don't get misconception about the step. The step is only for selecting the frequency. This is a narrow band 25.5 kilohertz. So let's see what's the highest frequency that we can set. (46 megahertz), and you can go up to, that's the highest value, 46.9.75 kilohertz. So let's connect this radio. Okay, so let's talk about the dial. So the O is off, the W is a whisper, L is a loud, and the asterisk is disabling the squelch. So the whisper option increase your microphone sensitivity about, I believe it was like 10 times, and it also make the audio 10 times quiet. So you can speak like whisper. The loud is used in loud condition, so the microphone sensitivity is cut down. I believe it was also 10 times, and the audio output is increased 10 times. So you have to like shout into this, like if you are in the vehicle. And the asterisk is the last option, and it's disabling the squelch. It's disabling the squelch, and it's worth of mention or of saying there are two types of squelch on this radio. The first one is a carrier squelch, so radio will be open on the predefined level inside. You cannot change that from the radio itself, from the body of the radio. And the second one is a 150 hertz tone squelch. So you might get a two radio like that one, and you might try to talk to them, and one of them might not open. So you have to make sure that they both using a carrier squelch or the tone squelch. And if you don't want to use the carrier or tone squelch, you just go into the asterisk and you will be able to work with any radios. So let's connect this. So let's connect our headset onto the PTT, and we're connecting our PTT to the radio, and we are going to the asterisk so we can hear what's going on. And that's basically everything that I can show you right now, because as I said, I cannot find anyone talking on the ISM frequency, and I cannot test it if it's transmitting because it's out of the ham band, and it also doesn't have like a standard antenna connection, so I cannot transmit to a dummy load just to test if it's working. So how it's being powered, I'm going to unscrew the antenna and show you that. So I found out there are two types of the batteries. The first one is a rechargeable, which is made of 10 nickel cadmium cells, all 1.2 volts, so you've got a 12 volt battery. But this one came with a case that here you've got your connection, here you've got your top. You can see who made this, and this is a battery cassette that allows you to fit regular AA batteries. So you put 10 AA batteries, and that's mean it will be outputting, like when they are in operation, the 10 times 1.5 volt, it will be 15 volts. When they will be like fresh, it will be like 16 volts. So as you can see, it was designed for a wide range. It was, I believe from the manual, sorry, I'm from my memory recalling it, it was like operate for 9 point something volts with decrease the power output. So we've got quite high voltage swing. So this screw is for the removing from the radio, and on this side you've got another screw, and if you remove it, you're going to feel that moment, and right now you can see we've got our regular AA batteries. I'm going to show you in a second. So we've got your regular AA cells. Of course, every pad is labeled, so there is no problem. On the other side you can see there is a fuse. Maybe I will show it. And here we've got a spare fuse. So let me open this up. Here we've got the positive and the negative. It's quite, I have to tell, it's quite hard to put the old batteries. If I would be under stress condition, that won't be a nice job to do. Hold down a second, let me grab a proper screwdriver and I'm going to show you everything. Let me show you guys everything about this radio, and after you unscrew this, you should be able to lift that part of the board. And as I told you, you've got a fuse, and here you've got your spare fuse over there. So if you've got this radio yourself, you put batteries and you find out, oh, it's not working, so it's worth of checking the fuse. Maybe that was just a blown fuse. Okay, so let me screw this back. Just stay with me a second. Let's check if it's working again. Okay, putting our another screw. We have to screw from that side. Okay, and we can only put this the right way. You cannot go wrong. Let's put it inside our bag, not this side, of course that side. Secure. Connect the antenna. From the manual I read it have a protection against shorted output and missing antenna, so we should not be able to burn our radio while transmitting without antenna, but let's not try that. And let's check. From the sound we can tell that it's working. So that one could be only used for collection purpose, and that's why I buy it quite cheap, because it was unable to use on the any handband, and it's purely for a decoration. But if you are going to look on that type of radio, check the frequency on the dial, and maybe you will be lucky enough to get one of these working on the ham frequency. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, just let me know. So bye bye and see you next time, also on the Clansman video. Bye bye.